So, this is not technically a personal log. This is just me yapping. We have lots of time. Lots of time has passed. Today is. Hang on. What day is it?
It's Thursday, April 16th, 2020.
It is Thursday, April 16th. Now, there is one thing that's weird about my job. I know I don't talk about my job. My job is complex, especially when it boils down to who I actually work for. Now, when it comes to, talking to my mom about, who I worked with and everything, first off, I am not a spy. Let me first want to tell you that right now. I am not a spy. I am messing with the mic right now. Don't know why I'm messing with the mic. I'm just gonna move this over. If I just put this one on that, there we go. Create a little stand. I am not a spy. First off, I am just a simple guy from the lower part of the United States. Some people would call it Bama, Alabama, but it is the place where you do rocket science. Okay, don't make Alabama a dumb place when they're actually very intelligent. I'm one of those people. There we go. I am one of those people that is from Alabama, where they do rocket science. So, this is a weird video because I have a lot of stuff that's in the queue. But I do want to just spend some time, do some talking, do some yapping, some non-video game stuff. And I'm gonna really try to concentrate on three different things. Number one is this. This is never mind the Fujifilm, this is a zip drive. Now, most of you, if you're watching this video, then more than likely you have no idea what a zip drive is. And also, this is a very special zip drive. Whenever I see this, I don't see it often, it reminds me of Atlanta. In my head, it says Atlanta going across it the moment I see this. Because I worked at Kinko's when I had this. This is not just a zip drive, but it's a Zip 250. So I can put 250 megabytes of data on this. Now, let's fast forward a little bit here. This little guy here, let's fast forward to 2020. This little drive here, I can put 32 gigabytes of space on this. 32 gigabytes, 250 megabytes. This is what living in the 90s was about. At the time I was working at Kinko's. This is not just any zip drive. This is the last zip drive that I owned personally for work. Hence the reason it says Nasty 2 Carlton. Now, when I worked at Kinko's in Atlanta, there's the other one. This one has 128 gigabytes, 250, 128, 250 megabytes. When I was living in Atlanta, I had the luxury of living inside the perimeter and the first year, and on the second year I lived outside the perimeter.
I loved living in Atlanta.
If you ever get to a chance to live in a big city with its own, not just buses, but real transportation like a train, take advantage of it, do that thing. I had my Dodge Neon or Plymouth Neon with me, and it was that my relationship with my car was I take my car to the train station, I hop on the train, I go to work. I hop on the train, I go to school. It was fun. Kinko's was near work. I had it planned out so I would probably have to get gasoline for my car once every couple of weeks. Fill it up, keep it loaded. No reason to waste gas. The only time I really need to use some gas is when I need to put a whole bunch of gas in to drive 2.5 hours over to Birmingham, Alabama. You know, where they do rocket science, but they don't have a train system. So I'm going to try to stay focused. This is called the Nasty Disc 2, is because Nasty number 1 got a virus. When I was at Kinko's, my job was to be the buffer. And it's not a legitimate title, but the day I started working there, Paul, the supervisor of that area, the little computer area where customers would come in, and that's what they would do. It's a place to make copies. Kinko's is a place to make copies. Kinko's is also a place to rent a computer if you need to rent something because your computer just broke or you don't have high-speed internet access or you just need it for a business need. You need to use their facilities. They actually had video conferencing a very long time ago. Some people would do interviews. Now you can do that freaking thing on your cell phone or iPad. Woohoo! Now, the weird thing about Kinko's was people were not that computer literate. The vast majority of people who wanted to come in and print a resume. They would come into the store. Usually, I can't say usually, I want to say more than 50% of the people that came into the computer area had never worked on a computer, had never printed something from a computer. If they had worked on something, they never experienced printing something. And a lot of people came in thinking, oh, this will only take a couple of minutes. Well, not really. You don't actually know how to print something. So this is going to take 15 to 30 minutes, depending on your skill level. And we charge by the hour. For a basic machine was one price. A high performance machine was technically double that. And you had access to a scanner. So a lot of people would come in there and they would just fumble and bumble around, and they would just take their time, and the amount was cranking up, and they get frustrated, and then they would get a discount because they were so frustrated because they would just start yelling and everything. One of the things that I did when I got there was I knew how to use a computer. I learned in Alabama. I went to Atlanta to go to art school. And we're going to get into art in just 1 minute too. And while I'm there, I stopped the traffic. My boss thought I had got up and quit and left or something because everything had gotten so quiet. The second I showed up, everything just got quiet. And it was calm and it was under control. He had no idea that I was a person who could literally just go over there and multitask multiple people. Do this, do that, boom, 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 boom. Because I was inherently trained to be very independent and trained to use computers and do printing stuff. I had literally came from Office Depot, in Atlanta and Office Depot in Alabama. Or should I say Alabama? Now, the weird thing was, he came up to the front and he was like, "Whoa, you're here. This is so weird. I actually have time to get stuff done." He was shocked and surprised that for the first time, he didn't have anyone bothering him about how to do something on the computer because I basically knew what their basic needs were. Use the machine, sign into the machine, print something, find something. I pretty much knew it. And the beautiful part about working there was after hours, I could actually just take off my smock and go over and use those same computers. I like doing that because it gave me the ability to learn more. B, I was able to get my schoolwork done. And it was, and C, it was fun to help people. So as I was helping people, I would often run into, I need to move this file to another device. And that's where Nasty comes in. I always named them Nasty because this was something that I would never use on my computer because I'm really getting people's files, putting those files on this machine, moving it to another machine. Virus protection is on all those machines. It will scan to make sure that there is no virus on this machine, but I don't want this disk in my computer, any of my computers. So it was only used for work. I'm very curious as to what the heck is on here. I would probably have to go to Kinko's to find out, but I think they may still have a disk reader. But it's interesting that I found this a couple of days ago. So I'm gonna cut this video right here, call it quits for this video, and we're gonna talk about the next subject in just a little bit. My choice is to fill in some gaps. Oh, I can't quit the video yet because I touched on it earlier. My job is unique. If you had told me that I would be in a position to do this, including during the pandemic, I would say that you were lying. That kind of job doesn't exist. I am a trainer who works for a college as a contract worker to work with New York State. It's very odd to explain this to my mom. It's really odd because, to my mom, it's easy for me to tell her I work for the state because technically I work with the state. And, one of the things that we train on is, yeah, it is safe to say, it's safe to say this. Yes. NYDoc submit. That's a cute little application that is out there. That application gives you the ability to basically scan an image. After you scan that image, you can send that image to the social service worker in your particular county. Not every county is actually using this right now, but they can send in documents via their cell phone. Now, there is another thing that's out there that's being overwhelmed right now, which is www.mybenefits.ny.gov. That is how people can apply for benefits. I'm not going to talk too much about it because right now it is being overwhelmed with people applying for unemployment, applying for SNAP and everything else. Because of this pandemic, the team that I'm on, and I will always refer to them as my team is, we are working harder at home than we ever have in the office. And when I say we're working hard, I mean every morning, my coffee maker, my Mr. Coffee, turns on at 8 a.m. My coffee is ready by 8:07. My alarm has gone off and I'm slowly trying to wake up and get out of the bed. It's very difficult to get out of the bed right now. And I will sluggishly get up and I will walk. I can smell the coffee and I'm just going towards the coffee. And there it is right there. And then I pour it in there and I get 2 round teaspoons of sugar. 1, 2. That is not how I got diabetes. It's not. Okay? Sugar ain't the reason why I got diabetes. That's a totally different video. And then I would slowly make my way downstairs. Boop, 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 boop. Then I come here and I would turn on all the stuff. Now, as a quick cheat, I will sometimes bring my tablet upstairs and I actually have Office Outlook on my tablet so I can get the emails so I can see what I'm about to walk into. This has worked 99% of the time. I think one morning we had an 8:30 a.m. Meeting and I was late for it because I didn't know we had an 8:30 thing that morning. We're doing the WebEx stuff. We have machines. I happen to have my 4K monitor, which blends in nice in this big ass desk to basically kick back and chill. So this kind of really just worked out unexpectedly, which is nice. But I am telling you that we are working 4 times harder now because the stuff that we train on, and it's not just the NY Doc Submit app, which is available on Google and Apple phones. And the weird thing is, we have been telling people for years. I've been with this company that I'm on, the college, for like 13 years, and I was on an imaging team, and now I'm on the my benefits team. And the weird thing is, we have been telling them it's New York State needs to get off the freaking tail and stop using a 40-year-old application and get into the 1990s at least, or the early 2000s at least. It's 2020 now, and then the pandemic happened, and now everybody wants what we got. Everybody wants what we've been trying to tell them for the longest, and it's hard. I did a couple of presentations. I did good, so I'm happy about that. I didn't drop the ball or anything, so I'm really happy about that. It's just maddening, and I feel for the social service workers. I feel for those guys because now they need to get their computers, and their VPNs and their IT guys. I hope you're not a lame IT guy. I hope you're smart enough to know how to make that connection so that they can get to that stuff that they need to, so everybody can actually get their jobs done. This is a very strange time, and New York State is getting hit really hard. Yes, we did train Westchester County, so that NY Doc Submit thing, it's available. They always had my benefits, but now this gives them the ability to do it mobily, because there are some clients that are out there that don't have a real computer. They only have a tablet. The tablet can now send those images after you've already done the actual application with my benefits. I don't want to give too much. Because everybody's already using it anyway. So I don't want to be the bad advocate of something. But this is useful to some people that's out there. It's 11 o'clock, so I'm going to go ahead and stop this video here and try to finish up the other videos. I think I hit everything that I wanted to. Nasty. I'm going to put this away because I am so curious as to what the heck is on here. I really, really want to know what's on here. And I did talk about Atlanta and Alabama and Kinko's in this video. And that's all we're going to talk about in this video here.